NorCal Sports Network. Happy Easter to everybody as the Giants take one on the chin big time. And kind of saw this one coming from quite a ways. I think it's time to put on a new hat, guys.
Oh my God. What is that? Wow.
There it is, man. The best I can do.
You're going to have to turn off that light. It's that you can't see that yellow.
There it is, man.
Oh my God. He's got multicolors to that thing.
Yeah, because the pin went out. This pin went out, so I had to use this pin.
Hey, same to you, Rox. Same
yeah. So I'm wearing my Padres hat.
Oh,
my Padres hat didn't come in on time. No, I didn't spend I didn't spend any money on Padres hat. Hey guys, what can I say? This is baseball, and you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. You're going to look like world beaters some days, and other days you're going to look like the bad news Bears. And the Giants, when the ninth inning came last night, if you recall, 4 minutes into our show, I said, I like the over tomorrow. Bet the Padres. I've seen this happen a million times when a team gets hot after getting scorched and they play the same team the next day, they usually carry it over. And the Padres bats carried it over, and it wasn't too hard to carry over against a guy named Dalton Jeffries.
That was rough, man.
Who, by the way, think about this, was added to the 40-man roster. So Joey Bart was released for this guy.
Hey, I said it in the group chat, the curse of Joey Bart, man. The curse
I'll tell you,
of Joey
this
Bart.
is what Farhan does at times, and it irritates me. He got rid of a pitcher that had some promise. I'm forgetting his name now. He pitched in the 21 playoffs as a rookie in relief.
Gregory Santos?
No, not Santos. The other kid, Latin kid, I believe. Somebody will remember it. Anyway, they released him for Dixon Machado.
Oh.
Put him off the
That's the one they sent to Seattle, right?
No, they just released him. They put him on.
I can't remember that one.
They put him on to make room on the 40 for Dixon Machado. The kid, he showed a lot of promise, and then he lost velocity the next year, and I can't remember his name. Somebody remembers his name out there in the chat, but it was, I said last night the Giants would lose this game. In fact, I bet against them today, figuring it was pretty clear cut that they would lose. And I bet, to get better odds, I bet on the run line that they would lose by more than one. And oh boy, did they. So, it was 9-0 before you had a chance to, get settled in. Poor Glenn, he texted it was a pretty rough day today to be at the ballpark. So
that was just, and we saw this coming because the rotation wasn't set even when they broke camp.
Nope.
But we kind of knew that because they signed Blake Snell late, so you knew he wasn't going to be in the first turn of the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So there's vulnerabilities. I don't think we're going to see Dalton Jeffries anytime soon. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's probably going to be a depth piece, but going forward, it's going to be Webb, Snell, Harrison, Hicks, and then whoever decides to take that fifth spot, whoever it may be. So, yeah, you kind of saw. But the thing is, man, it would have been nice to see the Giants come out of San Diego with the, winning the series 3-4. That would have been really nice. I mean, they split. Nothing wrong with the split, but when you're going into LA, you want to go in there with some momentum, right? Not a damn shellacking.
Ideally. I mean, this has the potential they have the potential to get swept in LA. because they're going to face the fifth starter, which I'm assuming is Paxton for the Lakers, the Dodgers, and then they'll have Glasnow and
now and
Yamamoto. So it should be pretty interesting. I mean, Snell and Webb, they've pitched well against the Dodgers, so you never know. But it looks like it'll be starting tomorrow. I'm assuming it's going to be Keaton Wynn, and then Tuesday will be Logan Webb, and then Wednesday should be Blake Snell. That has not been announced yet for Wednesday, and I don't even know if tomorrow's been announced yet. But it should be shortly. I don't think Melvin goes into.
Now here's a question: Do you think Wynn's going to go 6 innings tomorrow? Honestly,
no, I don't.
So the bullpen's going to be taxed again tomorrow.
Yeah, this is what they ought to do. They ought to just DFA Tang, and I don't think anybody picks him up right now this early in the season, and put Black on the 40. They don't have any depth on the 40 right now to pitch for innings.
Cooper Hummel. You don't need Cooper.
He's gone. He's already gone last week.
Oh, never mind.
Whew. Yeah, I told you Cooper Hummel would be one that would go, and he was when they added Roop, and they had to see a lot of these guys are non-roster.
Yeah.
They've had to add all these guys that are non-roster. It's not ideally constructed this year because in the past they've had a lot more pitching on the 40. But if you look at their roster, their 40-man roster, Tristan Beck hurt, Alex Cobb hurt. I'm just going to go over the pitchers for you. Sean Jelly hurt, Luke Jackson hurt, Dalton Jeffries pitched today. He's not available. Who else? Trevor McDonald. Don't know about him. He might be a guy they might call up.
Maybe.
And send, down.
They'll send down Tang and Jeffries. You can send down Tang as well.
One of the two. Robbie Ray is on the 40, hurt, but he's on the 60.
60. He's on the 60, so we're good.
Yeah. Randy Rodriguez. He might be available. You got Roop, but guys, Ethan Smalls hurt. Austin Warren, isn't he hurt?
Yes, he's recovering.
Okay, so the majority of their guys on the 40 are hurt. So it's going to be.
And then, like you said, in combination with non-roster invitees, you're taking up 40-man spots with those guys. But
yeah, well, they have to move some of these guys that are. I mean, it looks like guys that might be available are Trevor McDonald and Randy Rodriguez that are, to my knowledge, are not hurt on the 40 that could be called up and just send somebody down like Jeffries. Jeffries is not going to pitch for days now. So you might as well send him back down. He's wasting a roster spot for you. The thing is you can't call him back up for like 10 days.
Right. You got to wait for 10 days. I forgot about
15 days. Is it 10 or 15? Whatever
yeah, it's something like I forgot when you send them down to get
I think pitchers now it's 15. But you got Snell. So you got 4 starters. And then if you have Wynn, you have your 5 starters.
Mm-hmm.
Until Cobb gets back. So you have your 5 starters.
Right.
So it's just this early rotation because
the early rotation.
Because they only had, really 3 starters.
Right.
and it's no coincidence those 3 games went pretty well.
Correct. Right. The starting pitching was fantastic the first 3 games.
This is what we called pitching game 4 and 5 were going to be their trouble spots.
Yeah, we said that too. I mean, it's
first time through.
And look, we're not saying anything that's, that's enlightening or anything like that. Everyone could see that the 4th and 5th spot in the rotation is going to have some issues until Snell. Well, again, when Snell comes back, now you got 4 guys in the starting rotation that you may be good. As long as Hicks is doing what he's doing. That first outing was pretty nice. We'll see how that goes.
Did you see the PC there in the?
Yeah, I saw. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, let's let's
Yeah,
see.
Justin, position is 10, pitchers are 15. That's what it is when they get sent down.
Yeah, and Cobb will be back. According to Healing Sports Fan, that Cobb is going to be back on the 9th of
April 9th.
April. That's early. That's really good. I know he's been pitching. So if he makes it in that early, now you got your 5 starters.
Yeah. You got to be careful with him, though.
And Wynn becomes your long guy. And that stretches it out quite a bit. I just wouldn't have got rid of Joey Bart, been so anxious to get rid of him. It's possible he clears waivers. I put out there, wouldn't surprise me. I got a buddy that with a big Dodger fan, and they can't stand Austin Barnes in LA. He's pretty much an automatic out, and he's not a great catcher. Austin Barnes is more of a he's not a really, like I say, he's not a great defensive backstop. He's kind of a
well, they got him playing all over the place too, right?
Right. He'll play outfield, he'll play infield,
Yeah.
catcher. He's kind of a Hummel type guy, Sable.
Right.
I would, if the Dodgers, they might take a shot. I bet you the Dodgers can pick up Bart and do something with him. I bet you they could. I bet you they could develop. They have ways of developing guys. And imagine if Joey Bart was your backup catcher catching 1 day a week, 2 days a week, giving Will Smith time off.
Well, I tell you what, kind of going to the very beginning of the game, San Diego, they lead off on getting a guy on base because of a Fitzgerald error. And then after that, the rest was history. That's crazy, though. I mean,
I don't understand what the idea. I guess you wanted to get Fitzgerald in the lineup, but why not give Soler a day off?
Oh man, that guy, he's out of sorts or something, right?
Yeah, why not give Soler the day off and let Wilmer
DH
and put Wade at first and Matos out in right field or play Meckler. I mean, Ahmed's been, I guess because he's an older veteran, they want to give him a day off here and there.
Yeah, they want to probably give him some day. Load management.
I get it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean,
no,
that isn't the way they lost. That isn't the reason they lost today with the error. But anyway, they would have.
No.
I mean.
But it did start off pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you start off the game with a routine grounder and make
exactly. I mean, that kind of, how that is.
Carlo P says, I brought this up on.
No, they didn't. They're letting them go for the play.
Yeah, you can't interfere. Kruko, I don't know where Kruko's coming from, man. The guy has become more and more of a homer lately. The last several years, it's getting worse. To kind of call the Padres bench in the dugout, call them out for being kind of unsportsmanlike just because of the fall. Hey, Wilmer had to have room to catch it. If they're up close around him and he reaches for it and then all of a sudden he says, hey, they were in my way or whatever. It's just,
Here's a question too. Look, it's one thing to analyze it when it's in slow motion, but when it's unfolding in front of your eyes, everything's happening quick. And you got to remember, you want him to, of course, you don't want to interfere at the play, but there's nothing to say that when Wilmer's legs are flying all over the place, someone could get a foot in the face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, his feet were going over, and it's not easy to catch a guy when he's got momentum going over. I mean,
they would have had to. They would have had to be several people. A couple guys would have had to been in front of him just to keep him up. And
right, yeah.
I mean, it was an unfortunate thing, but
it is.
But
did you see Bryce Harper yesterday? He went cartwheeling over the top.
Yeah, so did Flores. He went cartwheeling over.
Well, he kind of flipped, and Bryce Harper cartwheeled. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough play. I imagine if it's your own bench, you maybe are. I don't know. I just don't think
he almost had that ball too.
It went off his glove.
Yeah, He almost had it.
I mean, I've got here on my phone, the replay, but I know we can't really show it.
Yeah.
I guess we could show.
If you go to Twitter, maybe do it that way.
Let me see if that's on there. I didn't post it on Twitter.
I'm sure it's on there. NBC Sports Bay Area or something probably has it on their Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitchell, it was imperative that
Susan Slusser's reporting Jeffries had some hip discomfort and will be evaluated again tomorrow.
All right then.
Boy. Yeah. Let's see if anybody.
Yeah, I guess Wisenhunt had a good outing today. Let me take a look. Let me go take a look at what he did. Check out his line. Because I knew he was getting a start today in Sacramento.
Yeah, Dalton Jeffries had not pitched in 684 games in the big leagues since May of 2022. Yeah, second Tommy John surgery. Yeah, the thing I'm happy about is Flores didn't get concussion, man. He could have really
he landed on his noggin. Absolutely.
Oh gosh, that would have been awful. That would have been really, really tough. Let's see. I'm just digging through looking for anything with
come on. Waiting for it to load up. It's doing that. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, hip issues. That's one thing I'm worried about Cobb. I mean, I don't know what kind of procedure did he have in his hip anyways?
Cobb?
Was it a labrum? Was it a labrum? Yeah, you got to be worried about that. You know, I mean, yeah, I know he wants to come back. He wants to contribute, but you got to be careful. Man. You know, he may have a few good outings, but, you know, once you get a lot more wear and tear, especially when he has to field and he has to come off the mound and he's got to go laterally with that hip. Whew.
Wilmer Flores had a shoulder contusion and a cut on his finger. He didn't need any tests, but Giants will reevaluate tomorrow, according to Alex Pavlovich. Just Baseball 55 minutes ago, several GMs believe Japanese star pitcher Roki Sasaki already has plans to sign with the Dodgers next off season, according to Bob Nightingale.
There you go. Saw that coming. Remember, as soon as Shohei signed, remember, he was like, hey, I want to be posted.
Yeah. Boy. It's going to be interesting when I'm looking here through this.
Yeah, Wisenhunt's line looked good yesterday. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
What was his line?
3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts.
We've got a little highlight of him here from.
Nice.
I'm looking at it. Of Carson Wisenhunt.
You're going to have to build him up a little bit more, though. He's,
yeah,
at least 5 innings, right? That's at least what you want.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate, maybe. That's possible. We'll see. We'll see how that works. But you know what? You know what I like about that? I like the competition. That means each pitcher will step up their game.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Hey, we need to make sure that in the Bay Area we don't get any more top 3 picks. I guess Nick Bosa panned out pretty well at 2, but how about the Warriors picking James Wiseman at number 2, the Giants, Joey Bart at number 2, and the 49ers, Trey Lance at number 3, all since 2018. Ouch. All have been sent off and did little to nothing at all with their team that was drafted. They drafted him.
Exactly.
Man.
Hey, Dan, your camera or your light's in the way of that camera a little bit.
Oh, is it? Let me move it over.
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I was trying to read through here. I'm trying to find anything on. Oh, here we go. Let's play this here. I found the Flores.
Just don't put the sound to it.
Baggerly.
Here we go. Yep. Oh, right there. And then up and over he goes.
Let me see if I can get it bigger.
Whoa. Yeah, kill the sound.
Well, I mean,
is the sound on?
There. Yeah, it is. Turn it off.
Is it
mute
on?
Mute it.
Where is the dang sound?
Down in the bottom right-hand corner.
There
you go.
I kept hitting the play button. Candlestick didn't. It just straight in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think they got a weird pitch comp because they have to pitch so quick, so then they know what pitch is coming. They'll know how to defend it. I don't know. I'm not.
I don't understand. I think the how many disengagements do you get? Do you get
2
one disengagements per batter?
Batter, yeah.
Per batter or per inning?
Per batter, because when another batter comes up, you can disengage another 2 times. Whether it's disengaging or throwing over to first base.
So disengagement counts as a throw over.
Correct.
So I'm thinking that there's got to be more disengagement, especially with slower runners on first base. When a pitcher's only getting 18 seconds to throw, sometimes they got to be able to walk the mound and think and get their composure, get their breath, because just getting the ball, getting ready to, you got to be ready to, you have to be engaged at 8 seconds, right? With the hitter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you really only have like 10 seconds as soon as you get the ball.
You ain't got much
actually
time.
Be ready to go.
Yep.
So
Eddie says, "Are you two really going to defend these players? What do you mean by these players, Eddie? I don't know what you mean.
Defend who? Is he talking about the Padres?
I don't know. That's what I want to find out.
Yeah, maybe be a little more specific there, Eddie. Defending these players. I don't know who these players are.
I don't know. DFA Jeffries right now. I didn't understand it either.
So,
to be honest with you.
If we look at the game today, let's take a look. We don't have any real standouts. I mean, Estrada hit the 2-run homer.
Estrada, I guess you could say Walker and Roop didn't allow a run. That's a positive.
Let's take a look at the stars of the game. And my first star will go to, I guess you got 3 stars, basically. Estrada, I guess you could give a little bit to Bailey, got 2 hits, and Wade got 2 hits. They only had 5 hits. So they were the only 3 guys that got hits. That's it. You can't. I mean, the rest was pretty pathetic.
You know what they did, dude? They drew a lot of walks, but hardly any of them came in and scored.
8 walks.
8 walks, but they only were able to score 3 runs.
Jung-Hoo Lee was walked 3 times. Oh, he struck out again today. I missed that.
That was his last at bat. He struck out.
Okay, that was when I must have been doing something different. Chapman hit a couple balls to deep center. Patrick Bailey had one of the worst pass balls I've ever seen. It was a ball right down the middle. Right down the middle. They said, maybe he got crossed up. It's pretty tough. And they said, it's pretty tough to get crossed up on PitchCom.
Yeah, there you go. You can't, right?
Well, I guess you can if somebody
doesn't throw what they say they're going to throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they corrected it, says, no, it looks like you just whiffed on it. And Bailey seems to do that quite a bit. He
led the league last year in pass balls.
Did he really?
I'm almost positive.
Wow.
I'm almost positive. Yeah, he threw out a crap ton of runners, which, got him all the praise and glory, which is fine. I get it. But yeah, he had a lot of pass balls. I'm almost positive he led the league last year in pass balls.
Yeah. I'm not as high on Bailey as a lot of people are. I mean, I think Bailey's a great framer, maybe the best framer in the game. Got great
Quick pop time.
great
Yep.
pop time. But for a guy that is that solid of a catcher, maybe he's because he's so good at framing, he's so quick at moving the glove is why he misses balls, because he's trying
Maybe.
to move his glove so fast that it just tips off his glove. Because
Oh, good point there, China Basin. He was fine before the concussion protocol last year. Remember, he got his bell rung. I mean, those symptoms can last a long time.
You're not the same.
Right?
I know. I've had 4 or 5 of them. You're not the same unless you get some therapy and really do a lot of work. You know, you can feel fairly normal a lot, but you just slightly off. Like you're not as sharp.
And here's another thing that you might want to start looking at when it comes to catchers. That automatic strike zone's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, soon. When that comes, what does that do for the framing? Is useless.
It's gone. It's over. Yep.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I've been thinking about that, Eric. That makes all this framing, all this catching on one knee, because they used to catch with a squat.
Right.
Then they taught them, hey, if you catch with one knee with your leg out, you can get that low strike. That's going to go away. I bet you it goes away by the 26 season, 27 season.
Maybe even 2025. You never know. MLB kind of gets out in front of that stuff now. So I think what you're going to start seeing, you're going to want to start seeing more of a production with the bat from a catcher here pretty soon than your quote unquote framing ability, because it's just going to go away.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's true. As the game changes, there's no reason to try and frame it and fool the umpire, right?
Yep. Ooh, hold on. Let me take a good look. Did Luciano? Let's see. Is Luciano playing today? Let's take a gander.
With Zach?
Because I know yesterday he had 4 at-bats and 3 strikeouts.
They ought to be sticking him in the outfield.
Let's see what we got here. Is he playing? He is. He's got 1 hit. Very well. No strikeouts.
And Matos got in today. He was 0 for 4, 1 RBI. But, first 4 bats in a week.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a while.
Same with Fitzgerald, 0 for 3. When you have these young guys, and he did the sombrero, he struck out 3 times. When you have these young guys, you got to play them more often.
Yeah, you got to. You have to play them. That's what San Diego's doing with Merrill. Yeah, they're playing them.
It's what a lot of
hits
teams
today.
It's what a lot of teams are doing. A lot of teams are playing their young guys. They just don't screw with them.
Glenn's posted in there, said, what a long afternoon watching the club here in San Diego. When your shortstop logs innings, you know it is bad. Fitzgerald got on the bump today, huh?
Yeah. But hey, guys, series is over. Right now, the Giants are
taking a bus ride.
I don't know if they bus it or fly up there.
Why would they fly to LA?
It's about 20-30 minute drive flight, I guess. It's about a 90-minute.
I would just drive, man.
Don't know. This guy's got money to burn, right?
Let's see. Do we have any Whiz and Hunt foot? No, I don't see any.
So I want to tell you, because this is what I told you guys last year.
Oh, there you go. Loading 4 buses right now. Glenn, he is live on the scene. Loading bus. Yeah, but they could be going to the airport as well.
I want to show you guys something here for the standings. This is what I was showing you last year when I said after a few games that the Giants were a 500 club.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they looked like gangbusters the last 2 games prior to this. But now They are 2-2, and they are runs scored 25 and runs against 28. Typical of, and it's so early you can't tell, but I think this does have the makings of a club that's going to be hovering around the 500 mark for most of the year. I do see that. I see them, being a game or two under, 3-4 under, maybe 1 or 2 over, maybe
So you're
5.
sticking with your 83 wins then.
I am. Yeah. Maybe 5 over
Shit.
here and there, and then they come back. And I'll tell you this, if they don't get more production in the lineup, right now they are going to I think they're going to, when they see pitching like Glasnow, Yamamoto, wouldn't surprise me to see him struggle.
Think so?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't. I was watching Soler pretty closely. He's swinging at balls that are in the dirt.
I'm glad you asked that, because is anyone else concerned out there about what you're seeing out of Soler? Granted, it's 4 games, but is there something there? Is it?
He'll have to make adjustments, but he's pressing. Maybe he hasn't hit a home run all spring, or he hasn't hit 1 home run.
He's not hitting it with authority either, is he?
No, I'm not.
See that I wouldn't mind if he's actually making contact, but he's finding gloves. I get it, but he's not even. He's striking out a lot.
Well, this is what kind of said when they signed him. He's a good sign, but he does strike out a lot.
There you go, Ben Bamboo. Maybe it has to do with who's hitting behind him. Maybe. You got Wade.
Wade is not looking good a lot. He's striking out a lot so far this season. How many times has Lamont Wade struck out? Can we pull up his stats for the year?
Let me take a gander.
In 3 games, I believe he's got to have close to 5.
I think they got to move him out of that 2 spot. That just doesn't make sense to me right now. I don't care about projections. Here we go. He has 6 strikeouts.
Wade?
Yep. 10 at bats, 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, I was saying he's not looking good. It seems like I thought it was at least 5.
Wow.
You got to get Conforto in the 3 hole and move Wade down to the 6-7 spot. Soler,
he's struck out 3 times.
I still think. The Giants have a lot of guys that tend to not make contact. They just do.
Conforto, Soler, Chapman, so obvious, yeah. Or you could. I wouldn't mind even if you swapped, Soler and Chapman, make Chapman to 4 and Soler to 5. That's fine. Well, no, but you need that protection behind him, though. Yeah, I see. I get what you're saying. I don't know.
Will Martinez is correct. First base, they need to correct it because
they could have had Hoskins.
I was just going to say Hoskins. They could have had Hoskins.
Too cheap. He would not have cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
man, dude. Gosh.
Yeah, but you got to be able to make better contact. Wade's facing pitchers that he hasn't even faced a lefty, and he struck out 6 out of 10.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's right. Who's pitching tomorrow? I'm guessing Wynn. Has anyone seen anything different?
I'm guessing Justin Kerwin says he has 8 strikeouts. Is that right? 2 today, 3 yesterday, and 3 Friday. Are you?
No.
Oh, did you count today?
Oh, you know what? I didn't count today. I don't think Baseball Reference showed today.
Okay, so he's got 8 Ks.
Okay, and then how many did Soler have today? 1, I think, right? 1 or 2?
Let me look here.
I can't remember how many he had today.
Soler,
Holy criminy, man.
Soler, box score.
I remember
Soler
that, Jim.
struck out once. Yeah.
So he struck out once. So he's at 4 then.
So Wade's hitting 357, but he struck out. You sure it's that many? 8 times? I guess he did have about 16, 17 at bats for the series. He started all 4 games.
So he either gets a hit or strikes out.
That's pretty much it.
That's it. No walks. Yeah, usually he's a guy that, takes a base quite often. Interesting.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it, man. That could have been.
Wow.
Wynn is going to get he might. I'm concerned because Wynn, he only had one spring training game, right? I think he only had one, that one against the A's. Wasn't it against the A's? I'm pretty sure it was against the A's. And that's it.
Mean, yeah, you gotta, yeah.
So I think tomorrow may be tough. But after that, maybe they can win the last 2 out of 3. Man, that means they would come out if they win the last 2. So that what would that make them?
4-3.
4-3, which is okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna stick to my guns, which is what I said
2-5
earlier before the season started. I said 2-5.
2-5. That could happen.
I don't think the Dodgers want to take the Giants lightly. I think the Dodgers are going to be up because the Giants have improved, but the Giants also beat the Dodgers quite a bit last year.
Yeah,
and they got swept. Giants swept LA in LA last year.
Yeah, that was crazy, huh?
And don't think that they don't remember that.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's early. They want to make a statement. Both teams are going to want to, it's going to be an interesting series because the Giants have the ability to go toe to toe with them, in a series when you got Webb and Snell going. But I still think the Dodgers are just going to be too tough for them. So yeah, I just think it's early on.
Yeah,
teams want to make statements, and it should be interesting. But let me look and see if the pitching matchups are set at all for tomorrow. Dodgers have Paxton going, yes. So
this Paxton.
This will be the first lefty that the Giants
are
facing in Padres threw 4 righties, right?
Yeah.
I mean, relievers that
because they had Darvish, Musgrove. Who was yesterday? I forgot yesterday. Cease, and then King. Yeah, all righties.
Yeah. So Paxton, that means the lineup is Lee, Soler. And it looks like you got Wade in there, but Flores is probably not going to be able to go.
Yep.
I mean, he's day-to-day, I imagine.
He's going to be really sore tomorrow.
That hurts. That really hurts. So I'm trying to think. You could move J.D. Davis over to first.
Hey, Yaz is back tomorrow.
Yeah. You missed it. You missed it, man.
What'd I miss?
You didn't even listen what I said.
No, I was bringing up Stathead.
Yeah. I said you could move J.D. Davis over to first. Oops, we don't have him.
Oops. I just want to take a gander here. Let's see who has some success against Mr. Paxton. His first name is what? Is it James?
Robert.
Smart ass. Okay, here we go. We know Lee has nothing against him. So who's batting Soler? Let's see how Soler does against James Paxton. Batting a cool 200. One hit, 5 at-bats, 3 strikeouts.
Usually got to have 7 at-bats to at least 7 to make it.
Okay, so he has 5 at bats with 1 hit, batting a cool
Yeah.
200.
Yeah.
That's Paxton versus Soler. Who is the third? It would be Wade.
Matthew says first baseman. We have they have Flores and Wade, but Flores may be out for a day or two.
Paxton and Wade have not matched up, so nothing there. How about Matt Chapman? See how he's done against Paxton. Ooh. Ooh. James Paxton versus Matt Chapman. 1 for 19. 11 strikeouts.
1 for 19. Wow. He must have his number as a lefty, too.
11 strikeouts, batting a cool .053.
Wow.
Woo. Woo. 1 hit in 19 at-bats.
Wow.
21 total plate appearances, drew 2 walks. Yikes. Okay. Who's fourth again?
Well, Chapman's was been fourth.
Or so then who is fifth?
Well, might be Yaz.
Oh, God.
I don't see. I bet
here
you
we go.
they might play Mato. Who knows? I don't know who's going down.
I think because Matos will get sent down when Yaz comes back.
Probably.
Let's see how he's done against Yastrzemski. 1 at bat, 1 strikeout. There you go.
Surprise.
Not a big. And then after, I guess Conforto. Let's see what Conforto has done against Paxton. He is 3 for 11. Batting .273. There you go. 3 singles, 3 strikeouts. Okay. Who else is in there? Estrada. I don't know if they would have faced each other. Maybe not. Nope. No history there.
Yeah. Anyway,
Nick Ahmed will be in there.
Yeah.
He'll play tomorrow. And let's see how he's done. No history. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Conforto's got a little bit of, I want to say ownage, but he may do well. Wow, I'm surprised on the Chapman numbers, though. That's crazy. Matthew, Brandon Bell had a great slash lane last year, missed over 50 games and still hit about 20 home runs. That's close to 30 home runs over full season. Yeah, he still hasn't signed me.
Glenn's worried about fantasy of Fitzgerald on the mound.
Man. Yeah, you don't get credit for that.
He's
not
don't?
a pitcher. No.
You're not a pitcher. Okay. Yeah.
No one has Wisenhunt in fantasy. At least not yet.
Leave it to Robert to be the eternal optimist. Watch Chapman go deep tomorrow.
Could.
Well,
you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. That's the thing with baseball. Even though that history is pretty awful, he could run into one.
Yeah. So, hey, guys, overall, they avoided losing a series, which is always what you want to do on the road. You don't want to lose a series. So split 2-2, not bad at all. It's a good weekend. 2-2 split. They looked really good in games 2 and 3.
Yep.
Game 1. Yeah.
It was okay. I mean,
not bad. Nothing to really get down about. And today is just going to be one of those days that happen. 4 or 5. I mean, hey, even the Dodgers last year lost 15-0, right, at home.
Exactly.
So these games happen, and you just got to, forget about it. Come back out tomorrow night, and should be interesting. Mike Yastrzemski probably will be back. We haven't heard definitely, but
well, maybe not tomorrow because he's a lefty versus lefty. But then again, I forgot they're not platooning no more, so he'll be in there. He'll be in there.
We'll see. Yeah. Maybe he comes back and hits one for his newborn son.
Maybe. That would be nice.
That would be good. Yeah, that would be good. So everybody have a great rest of your Easter. Enjoy the day with your family, and we will be back tomorrow night after the Giants-Dodgers game. What is that, a 7:05 game tomorrow night, Eric? Let's take a look here.
It might be. If it is, we're looking at around
7:10. So we should be back roughly
10:45.
No, 10 o'clock.
10? Oh yeah. What am I saying? 10:45. Yeah, 10 o'clock.
We should be on by 10 o'clock, maybe 9:45.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, if Yaz plays, and it might be 9:25 with all the Ks.
Oh man.
Yeah. Wouldn't shock me to see Matos go down tomorrow and Slater getting a start in right field. Watch.
Would you? Why? But then that begs the question: why didn't you do that in games 3 and 4, or even 2 through 4 for Matos?
Because no, I'm saying Matos go down.
Go down. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I said wouldn't be surprised me if Slater gets the start tomorrow night.
Hold on. Talking about this, huh?
There we go. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Easter Sunday. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.